Hey boys and girls, we're on week 2, math, day 4, lesson 4, and we're just have a problem set 1 page for us to do today. And your skills, your playbook that you're going to need to know a lot about number forms, the several things that we have, like the expression, the standard form, and expanded form will be used quite a bit, and of course our knowledge of place value. And you will just have 1 page to bring in for me for your assignment. And remember, the last math video I told you, at any time, guys, if I'm going too fast, you can pause it. You don't have to feel like you have to play catch up. So this is different than in a classroom. So an advantage of watching these videos is if I'm going way too fast or something didn't make sense, it's almost like raising your hand. You pause it and kind of rewind that video and watch that part again as you're kind of filling in your chart there. All right, so we're going to go all the way to, there's lesson 3. We're going to be on lesson 4. And you'll see this is just our page, and your page is literally almost identical as mine. Okay, you also have just a place value chart down at the bottom that I don't, but that's super easy for you. Okay, so you have 3 different parts of the chart. We'll have our number in a standard form over here on the left-hand side, and then we'll have our number in word form, and then we'll have expanded form. Now, on the homework, you don't need to do this. I'm going to, you can just watch me. You don't need to do this. I'm going to do some extra work over here on the side of this because the one thing that we're having trouble is that it's expression. So I'm going to rewrite this as an expression form. Notice we don't have to. I don't want you to do this. Just watch me because we're just going to get a little bit more practice with expression. Because I think today's, guys, math is going to be really quite easy. So number, we have nothing here. Then we have our word form here and here. So don't worry about anything yet. Only thing we're working on is this top line right here. This top line should be the same thing across the board. And then we'll go on to our next one. Now notice this next one has expanded form filled in for us. And then towards the end, they have the standard form ready for us. So hopefully today's a little shorter of a video. And here we go. Word form, they want 2,000, notice they put a comma, 480. 2,000. 480. So I have 2,480. 480. Done. Their standard form. Now expanded form, we're going to pull out each piece by 1. So the 2, the value of the 2 in the thousands is 2,000. Plus, we're going to go to our 4, which is in the hundreds place. So we're going to say 400. And then we're going to have 1 more left, plus 80. You don't need to do the ones place because there is no value in that 0. Now we do need that 0 though. Remember, we call that a placeholder. Good job if you were able to come up with that word, placeholder. Okay, so first one's done. Next one, they go for expanded form first. I'm going to go ahead here. I like doing standard form. That way it's kind of easier when we do our word form. So I'll say word form for last. So there's my place, but I noticed we go into the 10,000. So I made sure we gave ourselves a 10,000, 1,000, hundreds, tens, and ones. And again, if you can't do this place value chart, make sure this is part of your playbook that you're studying. So they have a 2 in the 10,000s. They go right into the 4 in the hundreds. And then they go an 8, 80, and then 2. So notice they didn't have anything written over here in the thousands place. That doesn't mean we can just skip it. We have to put a 0, and that 0 is called, good job, a placeholder. So now there's my number, 20. And I say the period that it's in. It's in the thousands, so I say 20,000, and go for my comma. 482, and really write the words out. 482. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Again, I like doing standard form, so I'm going to kind of do standard form. 64, not 64, 64,000. I know that's going to go into the 10,000s. Give myself some place value spots for that. And then nothing over here. We'll fill in our expanded form after. Now again, guys, I'm going to do this at the end. I'm going to do something at the end, so don't worry. There's nothing else over there. I'm not forgetting. I just got to do this at the end. So we have 64,000. So 64. That means there's 6 in the tens and 4 in the thousands. 10,000s I meant there. 6 in the 10,000s and 4 in the thousands. So that'd be 64,106. 106. Now notice that 0, what do we call it? By this time, guys, you should know it. We call it a placeholder. Very nice. You do need to write that 0 in. Over here in expanded form, we don't need to have it. I'm going to throw a little wrench here. I'm going to mix these up for you. I'm going to do the ones place first. Then I'm going to do the thousands place next. Then I'm going to do, whoops. Then I'm going to do the hundreds place. Put another plus sign. And then I'm going to do our 10,000s place. Now I'm mixing them up just to show you. Sometimes they go from biggest value, place value, to the smallest. Sometimes they just mix them up for us to try to confuse us. So let's see. 6, the 60,000, good. 4,000, good. There's our 100, good. And then there's our 6. Okay? Just another way they like to kind of throw a wrench in it and kind of confuse us. Next one, big number here. Say this number. Good. 604,000. So let's do that first. 604,000. And then we would just simply say 16. Notice they have a 0 in the hundreds place, so when we do this over here, we won't need to put our 0. Let's not mix them up this time. Let's just go right from our biggest value. So let's go 600,000 plus 4,000 plus 10 plus 6. And you can't just say plus 16 at the end. You have to separate them. These are two different place values. Two different place values. All right, and the last one here, 1,060,000, and then you have 60 here again. So ready? 1,060,060. Try that again. 1,060,060. Sounds crazy, but that's the right way to read that number. 1 million with an M, not a B. 60,000. 60. And let's do our expanded form. A million has 6 zeros. Plus 60,000. And then just plus 60 at the end. Okay? All right, so what I'm going to show you guys, you don't have to fill in. I do want you to make sure you have that chart. So if you need to pause the video now to fill in that chart because I went a little too fast for you, or you need to rewind, or if something doesn't make sense, go back and rewatch that part. But over here, I'm just going to show you something. I'm going to go ahead and show you these numbers with different expression. So this expression form is what we did in our class. And that's where like we have 10 tens, or we have 24 hundreds, okay? So I'm going to make some expressions over here out of these. I'm going to say that this is 2400. Okay? 2400, obviously I'd say 80 at the end. That's crazy. But 2400 ends up being 2,400. That's what we got, 2,400, and then just our 80 at the end. So again, guys, I'm just showing you a little extra. Just showing you a little extra. This one's really easy because it's already written kind of in our answer. We're going to say 20,000s. And then I just say 482. Okay, so I'm kind of just practicing what the expression would look like for you guys for these. And again, don't worry about filling these in. I'm just having you guys see how would we say this in a different way. So this next one is 64,000. All right, so I would put 64,000 as part of my answer. Well, these last two ones have been pretty easy, but I'm going to take this one. And just put 64,000. Okay? So I'm not going to do them for the rest because they're really hard, or they're a lot bigger numbers for us, and I don't want to confuse you anymore. So I just wanted to work on that thing known as the expression. All right? So I wanted to say 2,400, and I wanted to say just 20,000 and 64,000. Now these two were very easy because they're in the thousands. So the time that it gets hard is when it's in the hundreds there. So I'd say 24 hundreds 80. Okay? All right, so let's go to the very last one. Black rhinos are endangered with only 4,400 left in the world. Timothy read that number as 4,400, but his father read it as 4,400. Who read the number correctly? Use pictures and words to explain your answer. So let's do a little break in the action here. Let's call Timothy right here, and let's say Timothy's father. Timothy read that number as simply 4,400. So if Timothy read that number as 4,400, Timothy looks right to me. And let's say what his father said 4,400. Now remember, this is the expression. This is what I was just doing up here. 4,400. Let's go ahead and take 44 hundreds. So I'd go 44 times 1 would be 44, plus 2 zeros, 1, 2, 1, 2. Dad is right too. So they are both correct. Who read the number correctly? You would say both read the number correctly. So we'll just say both read it correctly. Okay, and we did enough pictures and words and numbers here to explain our answer. Thank you very much, guys. Hang on for lesson 5 the next day.